Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Lydia with Raindrop Lila, and today I have a little shopping haul I want to share with you guys. I basically went to a couple antique shops and I also went to a thrift store, and I just wanted to show you guys a few things that I picked up and maybe my inspiration, maybe like my thought process or inspiration of why I chose these pieces and maybe what I'm going to use them for. We can get started with this. Isn't this just so cute? I love this so much. I love the blue. I love the baby book. I'm thinking maybe I'll make a journal out of this. I think that would be so cute. I love how vintage it is. Here is hoping that your happiness and pride in your little son will grow with him. Wishing you the best of luck. With love, Aunt Selma. Isn't that so cute? Oh my gosh, this is so cute. You know what? I was gonna actually show you guys. Gosh, that is so cute. Okay, so here's my inspiration. So once I picked this up, I thought, what will I use with it? And I already started to pull out pieces. So I have my, I'm thinking maybe to mix some of my baby blue or baby blessings printables. So maybe I'll use some of those for the pages. And I also pulled out some pieces that I had. I actually was organizing and I just came across these. Aren't these just so cute? And I think they're so perfect. So a lot of times when I pick up something new, this is my inspiration piece, right? And then what I'll do is I'll start pulling pieces aside that I want to use with this piece, right? So I'm kind of building up. This is I guess it's a Zara box for some perfume. I think this was a gift from my sister, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was a gift from my sister, and I love the colors though. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to probably use this maybe to make some tags. I got some wrapping paper, or not wrapping paper, wallpaper. And then I have this envelope and then a few more pieces here. So that's kind of the start of, I just kind of pull these aside because I came across them. So now as I go through my as I keep organizing or I go through my supplies, I'll probably keep pulling things out that I think will go really well with this so that I can have everything kind of set aside maybe in a little box so that when I want to work on this journal, I have everything kind of ready. And it just is so inspiring to me to have all the little pieces. And I found a few more pieces that I think will go with this. Also, oh, look at that. That's a piece of hair. Isn't that amazing? Oh my goodness. That is so cute. I think maybe I'll use like a little plastic bag for that. That would be cute. Isn't that the cutest? I love these images. Okay, so at the end, isn't that so sweet? And then I love this too. This was just in there. I think I'm going to take this out so that I can use this probably with something that is a lot more like a different vintage style. Maybe with like reds and greens. And maybe, I guess this is loose leaf notebook paper. Maybe I'll keep this with like, I have images of like, I'm thinking like a back to school style. So things that kind of remind me of like school and learning, I'm going to add this to that kind of, I'm probably going to use it with that type of a collection. And I have something similar that I started. So I'm going to set this aside and I'll have something going with that too. I like to do that. I like to kind of collect different styles and different, maybe like a different theme. And then I'll have either a file that I keep together like this, or I will have a box. A lot of times I'll end up using like a shoebox or maybe something a little bit bigger, like a little plastic bin where I keep everything so that it's all ready for me to begin. Okay, let's move on. I love these so much. Aren't these just gorgeous? I'm not sure how I will use them. I just saw them and I thought they were so, so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I just love them. So I had to get them. This is just one of those things that I was like, wow, it is gorgeous. But it is pretty big. So if you're planning to use something like this for a journal, you have to remember that too, that the size is going to matter. Like, how am I going to use this in a journal, right? So this is actually 1844, so I can scale it down to use. So we'll see how I use them. They're just too beautiful not to pick up. And then I found this. This is actually a calendar page. But isn't that cute? I love that. It's so pretty. And then there's another painting on the back, but I love this one. This is what I bought it for. So I think this will be great in a journal. And again, I'll bring a paper. So something like this, if you want to kind of see when you use it, if it's going to be a standard size journal. I usually make standard size journals about this size. So it'll fit like the main page, I think. But if you plan to make a larger journal, that's always an option, is using a bigger piece like this. But I just thought that was so pretty. I just wanted to grab it. Okay, and then the lady also had some of these, this calendar with Coca-Cola images, and I love these images. I think they'll be so great for a journal. I love this style so much. And oh, I even like this side. Isn't that cool? Oh, and there's a Christmas one. Isn't that cute? I love this vintage style so much. I think it's great. I have an Americana collection of printables that I think will work really well with this. And I think even my Rosie collection will work really well with this also. I love to mix printables and like original ephemera, or like calendar pages or book pages. So there's that one. I think that's really cute. Okay, and then I found these and I thought they were so cute. They're still a bit dusty, but aren't they just so pretty? They're actually, it's not just an image, it's hand cut. I don't know what it's called. If you guys know what this is called, please comment below and let me know. So it's basically, I know that this was really a trend at some point where you would get your portrait done of your child, and it's actually all hand cut, and I think that is so cool. I don't know now if I'm gonna use them in a journal or not, but I just like them, so I picked these ones up. I might, because this is broken, see that? So I might, maybe I'll take it out, or you know what else would be cool? If you use like, let's see, if you had like a book cover to just attach it. I mean, it's pretty bulky, but I think it would be cool. It's like one of those things, if you wanted to use it, it would be cool if you liked it like that. But I'll have to think about how I'll use it. But I thought they were pretty cool. And basically, the antique store I went to, they were actually going out of business. Somebody bought out the property, and so they have to close down. So they had a sale on all their items, or most of their items in their shop were on sale. And I talked to some of the ladies, and I just felt like it was so sad that, I mean, I understand that, that the new owner, I understand business-wise, the buildings are really old, so I think they're tearing them down, and they're going to build new, I don't know, new buildings or something there. But I just thought it was sad because there are different businesses there. There's different people that own those little shops. Well, they didn't own the shops. They were renting the shops. But they owned the businesses, and they were selling antiques there. And I was like, I don't know. I was talking to them, and I was like, gosh, it's so sad to see that they have to close down, I guess. And some of them have been there for like their whole life, you know, like one of them said that it was their mom's shop that they were selling in. So anyways, okay, so this is a really cool book. I love Norman Rockwell, and I love his artwork, so I picked up this book. I'm not sure how I'm going to use it yet. I love his artwork for journals, but I don't know if I'm ready to do anything with this journal yet. Oh, I picked these up too. I'll show you guys in just a minute. But isn't this just a beautiful book? I love this. Isn't that just so sweet? I love that too. So cute. Okay. Isn't that so cute? Oh my gosh, I love his artwork. I like that too. So yeah, I think it's just such a great book. It's a great coffee table book too, if you love like vintage artwork. I think it's so cool. So we'll see how I use it, but I love his artwork. So yeah. Okay, now let's see. I have these. So isn't that so cute? I love that image, and then this one too. That's so cute. I love it. Okay, then I picked up some jewelry, and actually my daughter actually picked out all the jewelry for me. So I love these hearts. I think they're really, really cute. This one just came in the set. I'm not thrilled about it. I feel like I'm not sure how I will use that. I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about the zebra. I feel like it's very modern. I do love the caps on the beads, so I can always take it apart. This actually comes off. Like, how cool is that? It's pretty cute. I mean, as a modern piece, I think it's really pretty. But as like to add to a journal, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can see it yet. So we'll see. This one here, I will definitely use the beads. I actually picked it up for the beads. I love how yellowed they are, the pearls. Okay, and then the blue, I'm thinking the blue might work for like something maybe more bohemian. And then these, I think these are great. I think these will be really good for maybe I'm thinking like a nautical theme. That's what I'm thinking for that one. And then this, isn't this just so pretty and romantic? I love that. And then honestly, I don't know how I ended up buying this little guy. I mean, it's cute, but I don't know how I'm going to use it. Maybe I can drill a hole in and make it into a charm. I don't know. This I love. I love the beads on here. And I love the gold and the cream. I think that's really pretty, and I think I will be able to use that. So these are some of the pieces. And then I have some more here. I have my project out because I've been working on my project still. And I didn't want to put it away, but then, okay, so this is so beautiful. Isn't that so pretty? I love that piece. And then I love this one too. I mean, look, it looks so good with my current project. Maybe I'll use it for this one. I think I'll leave it out. We'll see. Maybe I'll use it. And then I got this little dish. Isn't it so pretty? It's perfect for holding my jewelry or my beads. Okay, and then I found this magazine. I love that it has like a Christmas image, and look how yellow the pages are. I think that's so cute. Like with the family. Oh, I like this yellow too. Isn't that pretty? And the blue. So I love how vintage this is. It's definitely very fragile. And then I have another one. So this is also great for collage. And I love the cover. I actually chose them for the covers. I think the covers are great. Okay, and then let's move on. This my daughter found for me, and I think it's so, so cool. Oh my gosh, I love the envelope. I probably love the envelope best. And then, look at these. Actually, I found something similar to this at the antique store, but it's like $50. And I was like, okay, I can't spend that much on it. But this one was, I found this one at the thrift store. And so this was more affordable. And so, isn't this great? The pages are like falling apart. It's very brittle. I love the numbers on there though. But I think that I'll probably use it to glue down. We'll see how I use it. I'm definitely going to have to reinforce it so that it doesn't fall apart when I use it in my journals. But I love how old this is. It's just, I think it's amazing. So there's that. See how it's already falling apart? Oh my gosh. Okay, and then let's see, what else did I get? I found some linens too. And like I found this little handkerchief. And I found like a cream linen. It's fairly plain, but I think it's great for slow stitching. And then I found this, and this is like eyelet. Isn't that just so pretty? So I love this too. And then I have this one too, and this, I think I have two. Yeah, there's two in here. So I think this will be really pretty. And then, let's see what else I found. I found this one also with the roses. And then I found this piece too. I'll probably sort these out into bins. I have bins with different inspiration. Isn't this pretty? So old, but so pretty. Can you see the... Let me pick some pieces off. Can you see the... it's like a flower basket. So pretty. I'll probably sort these into like by color or by style. So that when I'm ready to use them, I have them there. And you might see them in some of my textile kits in the future. I'm not sure yet. Or you might see them in journals. I actually washed all of these, and they just literally just came out of my dryer. And then these, or this one, I think that one's pretty too. And then I have this. Okay, more like this eyelet, this white eyelet. I think it's so pretty. I love this so much. And then, how sweet is this with the birds? Isn't that cute? And then it even has a label here. Isn't that pretty? And then that lace. Isn't that lace just so beautiful? Oh my gosh, I love this so much. And then I found this. It's like quilted fabric. And it's actually... I think it's like an apron, but I think it'll be perfect for a journal cover. Don't you guys think? I think it'll be so pretty. It's got pale yellow roses on there. So I'm going to use that for, I'm going to make probably a cover. Maybe I'll make a kit with this one too, with the green and yellow. I'm not sure when, because these things, they just take time to put together. And so I actually have 3 collections of fabric kits coming, and I've been working on them kind of on and off for a few weeks. So they just kind of take some time to work on. And I got this. Isn't this so great? Okay, so this, I don't know what. I was trying to look at the brand, but I love it. I love how vintage it is. And I think this will be great for storing like supplies, or I might end up, I'm actually in the process of organizing all my craft room, and I'm trying to get more organized, so I'll probably use some of these as decor, but I also will be making some to bring to my Etsy shop with like supplies. Okay, so I think this is a great one too. I just love these. They're great to store your supplies in. Like you can have everything contained in there, and it's just so fun to have these ready. I actually had a yellow one, and I was gonna fill it up and sell it, but I couldn't part with it. I was working on my yellow collection, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I want to keep it. So I never did sell it. So we'll see if I do bring it to my shop or not. Here's another thing I found. I found this ribbon. And how pretty is this color? Gosh, I love it. So, and again, it matches with this kit, so I'll probably keep it together. Like, isn't that pretty? I'll probably start like an inspiration, and then like an inspiration box, and then this is pretty cool too. Isn't that awesome? I love the texture. I think it's great. And then I also found this, but let me open it up so you guys can see. So I found, I think the blue will match. Isn't that just so pretty? There's not a lot in here, but I think it's so pretty. And then I have some green and the white and then the buttons. But really, I got it for this ribbon. I think it's so pretty. But I'm sure I'll find uses for these pieces too, because that's just what I do. Like, I don't know, green. I guess for Christmas, this will be good. But I'm thinking more of like this green would look good with like, then I have something here. Like that vintage green and yellow and red. Like that, I don't know, 1970s look maybe? It's like my childhood. Oh, it has, oh, how cool, look at that. It has little drawings on the back. That's so cool. Okay, I love that. So maybe that will work with kind of that style. We'll see. And then I also, oh, I picked these up too. I think these are great also. I always like to have little dishes like this that I keep my supplies on. So I found this and I thought, okay, that's really cute. See, isn't that pretty? And I can keep my, let's see, what else can I put in there? Maybe I'll put the heart. See, isn't that just so pretty? Okay, let's move on. I also found these. So these are really cool, I think. I'm like, I kind of want to hoard everything. It's called Forgotten English. And then they have like, I don't know. So it says Mort Main. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Literally a dead hand. So I thought these would be cool to add to a journal, like to clip inside. But I think they're also going to be cool to just keep in my in my craft room, like just leave them out and basically you could just pick them up and read through them. Like that would be kind of cool. Kind of like display them. I don't know. I think they're kind of awesome. They're not vintage, but I like the idea. Okay. And then this is vintage. Isn't this pretty? I love the box. Just the box itself is so cool. Okay, so then this comes out like this. And then look, I have all these cards. Isn't that cute? And so I love the image on them. So I got a bunch of these. Maybe I'll bring some of these into my Etsy shop because I don't need this many. And I'm trying hard to not hoard everything. Like maybe keep enough for my journals and then also have some available for you guys. Or maybe I'll add them to my packs. Okay, so this, oh how cool, $19.95. So this is, I love the tin. Isn't that so cute? Coca-Cola again, and it's Christmas. So you guys might see some of these in my hopefully I'll have some Christmas kits coming. So aren't these cute? And then I can include some of these. These will be great added to a journal. You can actually cover the back and journal on them, make little journaling cards. They're so cute. And I love the Coca-Cola logo. I think that's really cute. And then I probably don't need to pull them out, but it's the same as the cover. So cute. Okay, I even like the box. Like, really, isn't that just so cute? That could totally be used as ephemera. Okay, let's move on. Then I have, so I kind of scored a lot of cards. Again, Coca-Cola cards. So that's so cute. Oh my gosh, I didn't open and look at them. This is like, I'm looking at them now. Anyways, but yeah, the Joker one was so cute with the pop. That's kind. I know Coke is not really good for you, but so cute. I like the idea of adding a bottle to a stocking. Isn't that so cute? We try to eat healthy, but we make exceptions, and we'll have pop every now and then. I don't that much because I'm trying to be careful with my health, but my kids and my husband will. But so cute. Okay, so I don't even know what these ones will have on here. Come on. Wow. I can't even open it. Come on, come on. Okay, so here's these ones. So they're pretty simple on one side. And so they're just Southwest. And then the Coca-Cola logo. I think they're cute. I love the Coca-Cola label. I think it's just it's got such a vibe. So cute. Okay. And then I picked these up because I don't care about baseball, but they could be covered. But I love this color. Isn't that just a great color? And so I would cover this up. I'm not into like sports, but I mean, hopefully these aren't like, I don't know, valuable, but I don't know anything about sports, guys. But I like the color and the numbers. I think it's cool design. So that's why I got those. Okay, moving on. And then I went to a place and I found these hats. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. It's got some staining, so we'll see. I'm going to try to clean it. But then I don't know. I think it's really great for, if you guys have been watching me for a while, I actually, I collect vintage dresses for like photography and for filming. And so I've been collecting those for a long time, and I even have hats that I've been collecting for a long time. So at this point, I'm not sure if this will go into my collection with the hats. I actually have a pink gown that this might go well with. So I might keep it if I can clean it properly. But I think I'll need to steam it to make sure the flowers come out all pretty and stuff. So we'll see. I originally went there and I said everything I'm buying is going to be for my junk journaling. But this one might end up not being used for junk journaling. We'll see. I have a few things that I'm not sure yet. And then I also found this. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Okay, isn't that just so cute? And again, I don't know what I'm doing with it. I just saw it and I thought, wow, this is so cute. I may hoard it for a while and then I'll decide when kind of like the perfect project comes up, or who knows? I mean, maybe I'll do a photo shoot, and I have at least 4 yellow dresses. So if I do something like photography wise or filming wise, maybe this will go with one of those gowns or something. I don't know. But it's cute for a journal. Wouldn't that be really cute? So we'll see. Sometimes if I buy something and I love it, I have a hard time using it just yet. This one's fallen apart, so I think I would definitely use it for a journal. All these little millinery flowers I think are really cute. And then I'll probably even use the fabric. And then this. I love this stuff. Okay, for making a journal. And then I found this piece and I think it's so cool. It's all scratched up and has like such a cool vintage vibe. You can basically just screw it up on something and you can keep your mail in it. This is actually too, so paper won't fit. I was wondering if it would fit. But paper won't fit, but anything smaller will fit. Like, right? That'll fit. Okay, so I think this is so, so cool. I don't know where I'm going to keep it. It might go by my desk, so I can just use it as like an inbox. And maybe it'll help me with keeping my desk more organized and clutter-free. I just cleaned my desk, but it tends to get pretty messy. Because I always write notes and I have my planner there and I just like fill it up so quickly. But okay, so I got this and I love the vintage look. Isn't this just great? Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I think it's wonderful. I love how like rusty it is. I cleaned it up a little bit, but I think it'll also be great in my craft room. My craft room is very vintage. I have like darker wood and pieces like this that are more grungy. And so I think this will fit really well. I love like the shabby chic look also. And I love the vintage look. I told my husband that if we ever build a house, I told him I want a craft room that's like maybe more vintagey, where I kind of use he made all my furniture in my craft room or in our studio, so I would kind of use everything that's darker and very vintagey in my craft room, and then I would love to have a sewing room where everything is like shabby chic and like creams and stuff. So that's kind of like my idea. I don't know if that'll happen, but I think that's a good mix because you have a little bit of both worlds. Anyways, okay, let's move on. You know what else I got? I got a bunch of jars, but I don't have them here. I cleaned them up a little bit because they're so old, but oh my gosh, I love old jars, and I found quite a few. I'm gonna have to see if I have them here so I can show you guys. I really wanted to show you guys my I wanted to show you guys my jars. Okay, I'll show you guys the flowers. I got a bunch of flowers also. Again, I have, I got a lot of blues, and I think they're so pretty. Like these right here. I don't know how old they are. I don't know if they were brand new and just used as decor. But I have a couple projects I want to use. I got these too. I have some projects where I want to show you guys how to use all these flowers, like these silk flowers that might be more modern, but how to use them in a journal. So stay tuned, because I hope to have something like that coming soon also. Let's see. Okay, I pulled out my bottles. All these glass bottles I basically found. They were fairly inexpensive, and I think they even had some for free. But I thought, I love collecting old bottles, and I already have a few, and I think these will look so great with like buttons in them, and like, aren't they so pretty? And like this, it looks so dusty. I already cleaned it up, but it still has like this milky finish. So I don't know if I should keep trying to clean it up, or if I should just embrace that vintage look. I think it looks cool. Oh, and then there's this one too. Okay, so I have these, and aren't they just great? I would love to hear if you guys also collect vintage bottles like this. I think they're so great. I still need to clean the inside of this one. It has like a milky look to it, but I don't know. I think they look really cool, and they will look great with my vintage in my vintage craft room. Okay, so I got that. Oh, and I got this too. It's like a, I guess this is where the doorknob would go, and then this is where the key would go. But how cool would this be on a journal cover? That's my thoughts, at least. I'm not sure how I'll use it, but I really, really want to make a grungy journal. And so I'm collecting different bits and pieces for that. I don't know if I've made anything really, really grungy, but I want to try my hand at it. And it might take me a while to collect pieces. And I actually have a drawer full of, well, not quite full, but with different vintage and very grungy pieces that I want to use. So this would be one of them. And usually when I want to do a certain, like create a journal with a certain style, I will start collecting pieces, and having those pieces available to me is really important in my design process, because I need to see it. I need to be able to kind of handle it and think about which way to go. But sometimes, or a lot of times, I'll have to collect for a while before I get to a certain style, if that makes sense. Which is, it's kind of hard, because my craft room, even though it's pretty large, I'm still limited in space. So I'm trying to kind of organize my space so that it makes it easier to work in and easier to clean up. Anyways, but that is kind of my, that's my haul so far. And you know what? I just found my little yellow tin. So this is the tin that I was going to bring to my Etsy shop, full of like goodies, but I never did because I got attached to it. Isn't it so cute? Anyways, so that's kind of my craft haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys find it inspiring, and that it gives you guys ideas for things to pick up when you guys are out there. Okay? Thank you so much. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.